Don't end with me.
Steiner, bitte nicht.
We'll destroy you all. Stalingrad is finished.
I see.
This war is over. There's no way out for you.
Well, I could actually go back down to where I came and then I can climb down the stairs. I mean, let's look at Stalingrad, Steiner, right? Where's the army? Who's fighting? There's no one there. It's like the apocalypse, Steiner. Where are your troops? Where are my troops? Where's the Russians? I mean, this is the site of a great battle, Steiner. See, where I come from, especially like right there, should be many people fighting. There's no one, Steiner. No one. It's just us. It's just us in the whole goddamn world. You can't even see what's over the Volga, Steiner. Is that Moscow? Probably not. But still, Steiner. I mean, why are we doing this, Steiner? Why are we doing? What is the reason for all of this? It's just us. Look. Even communism is no more. There's no flags. There's no hammer and sickles. There's no red flag. Nothing. There's no army. Steiner. I finished playing the Lady Nightingale campaign, and I really enjoyed the part where you pick up an MG42, which is roughly about 15 kilograms, give or take, and you run around with it, holding it with one hand, and you fire it from the hip. I mean, this thing has a recoil so hard that it would probably blow your arm off. You're supposed to put it down when you're firing it. I mean, it's a fixed gun emplacement. And then there are sections in the game where you get to play Spider-Man and you're climbing walls with that thing on your back. I really loved it. And also, the entire vibe of the campaign, it was that the entire Wehrmacht, the entire German army, got bogged down in Stalingrad because of one woman. You don't have any squad mates, you only have your brother, you don't have commanding officers, you don't have any of that, but you're fighting like what appears to be the entire Wehrmacht brigade. And the game even goes the extra mile to point out that without you, Stalingrad would have no chance because they created a legend out of this fictional character, Lady Nightingale, that every single soldier got motivated, not because of Stalin, not because of the order not to take a single step back. No. It's because of her. Alright, like because of this superhero lady, which in my opinion is far stronger than Captain America. I mean, if you look lore-wise with the fact that she can just do all the things with the MG42, she is stronger than Captain America. I'll just call her Captain Russia from now on. And she is having the ability to motivate and inspire all the troops to the point where they don't even have to do any fighting because she does all the fighting for them. I mean, she manages to take out the German command. She manages to go behind the enemy line. She's the shit. Alright, like, she is literally the shit. Now, I can't say the campaign itself wasn't a little bit of fun. I mean, it was filled with Hollywood tropes. It was filled with American cliches. When it didn't crash, because I experienced 3 crashes. I had to reboot my computer 3 times while playing through this. The live stream is online. You can see it if you go to my live stream channel. So when the game was actually working, I did have to say that I enjoyed the AI at least. Like, the AI was definitely trying to flank me. It was doing a good job at it. Some of the atmosphere and the graphics were fine, although there is a severe lack of communist paraphernalia and propaganda, but I guess only bad people use paraphernalia and propaganda. And on top of that, the only thing that I didn't like was that they missed so much great opportunities of making this game actually a little bit more immersive and cool. Like, for example, they could have tackled the Stalin's not one step back order, or the fact that the reason Stalingrad is actually one of the worst battles in the history of mankind is because Stalin refused to evacuate the civilians because he thought that if you allow civilians to stay in Stalingrad, the soldiers are going to fight even harder to protect them. So he used civilians as a statistic, as a meat shield. You don't get to see the fact that the Soviets, many of them didn't receive weapons. They were just asked to charge into battle with little to no equipment. I mean, you know, like the horrors of war, which is something that you would expect from a game that tries to root itself in history. But no, apparently none of that. This is just like a Hollywoodian thing. I don't even know why they bothered with World War II at this point. Like, they could have just had the fictional battle and be done with it. Like, why did they went to Stalingrad and butchered it like this? So my point is, like, look, it's not that it's not fun, but it could be better. Like, I am a little bit upset when I see that the fiction is not as cool as the history, right? Because why do we have fiction? We have fiction so that we can tell better stories than what happened in reality. And I don't see this as a better story. I mean, the actual Battle of Stalingrad is far more interesting than this. I guess they wanted to glorify war, and yet again, like, this is the story of a doctor or a nurse, doesn't make it clear, who isn't happy with what she is doing and she wants to fight on the front lines. So, in other words, this person who probably saw hundreds of soldiers suffering from shell shock, probably saw soldiers being blown up by artillery, is like, you know what? I want to be on the front line. And she has a skill that not many people can do. I mean, training a doctor or a nurse takes a lot of years. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to throw that away. I want to be in the front line and do da-da-da-da-da, like everyone else can do. So, it's just a very bizarre story. But the main thing is that, again, there's no femininity here, right? Like, zero whatsoever. It's just the average Joe, a man, which has the skin of a woman and is filled with a bucket of toxic masculinity. Nothing she ever does looks or even feels like what a woman would do. I don't know any woman in my life, and I do happen to meet quite a bit in my 35 years of existence, that has any of the character traits of this chica. I mean, she's impulsive, she's arrogant, she isn't happy with healing people, so she has absolutely no compassion, she's a sociopath, she wants to go out there and just go da-da-da-da-da. Is able to carry an MG42 with one hand, climbs walls like Spider-Man. Like, who does that? So, it's a missed opportunity. I mean, there's actual women that did fight in World War II in Stalingrad. And you could actually tell their story, because we know their stories. I mean, they have diaries, some of them, or they have witness accounts which told the story of them. You could have actually did that, and it would have made the game so much better and so much cooler. But instead, you decided to do with the same Hollywood trope, and in my opinion, it's just below mediocre. Could have been better, is what I'm trying to say. Right? Now, for those of you asking me why I bought the game, it's like, I don't know, how do you want me to review games if I do not have them? That is my question. Like, a lot of people go like, why did you buy the game? So I can review it. It's my job. I need to review video games, right? So for you, like, what is the solution? Do you want me to come over to your house and you buy it and I play it? We could do that. I would rather buy a plane ticket than this game, because at least the plane wouldn't be crashing all the time. And if the plane was crashing, I wouldn't hear a single passenger go, hey, you know what? Why are you complaining? The plane is just freshly made. It's allowed to crash a couple of times before the patches come in. You just bought the ticket the other day. You shouldn't complain. Because apparently, this is what I got when I pointed out that this game is unacceptable for crashing all the way till you have to reboot your computer. Absolutely horrible. There is no excuse for this, alright? I don't care if it's industry standard or whatever crap people are talking about. No. Zero acceptability if a game that I bought is crashing. I understand if it has a bug or two, like, that's fine. But what I don't understand is, like, when I can't play it at all. And I can't enjoy this beautiful diversity. So, with that said, I'll probably make another video because I find this game to be fascinating. I just want to see how bad it gets. And for those of you who want to see me play more, head on over to my live stream. And I'll see you guys there. Take care.